Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing Mr. Sinister from based on the animated series in the 90s. I can still hear that theme song in my head for you 40-year-olds out there. That was a badass cartoon. So I was excited to get this because Mr. Sinister was a big part of some of the plot lines, and well, I thought, okay, I need to get them. Even though I gotta tell you, Hasbro and Marvel Legends, they are not my thing. I only got into toy collecting because I was amazed at the sculpt, the detail, and the articulation of figures. And Marvel Legends just are not that. But they are cheap, so I gotta try. So my first reaction is how it felt. It felt like cheap plastic, but good enough. I don't know how to describe it more than that. Think of a plunger. If it was to be thinned out, that's how it feels, like a plunger. So his shading also is what I noticed. It's kind of weird. It's kind of off. I don't know if it's supposed to look cool, but I think it's supposed to emulate some kind of light source, right? Like it's creating shading. At least that's what it did with Cyclops and the other characters. But this has no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of black stripes, which I guess it's shading, all over his body. Maybe there's multiple light sources. I don't know, but it is kind of weird the way they did that. I don't know why, because besides that, I think it looks fine. For it to be a 20 some dollar figure, it's not bad. Not to say that $27, $30 is cheap, but it's not, Mafix $105, right? So if you can't get over the shading, then don't get this figure. Don't, because I only got him because there is no other Mr. Sinister, and that I can get right now. If Mezco made one, I would buy it in a heartbeat. If Mafix made it, I would have to think about it. But if Figure Arts made one that I could get right now cheap, I would get it. But look at his face. It's sculpted nicely. The paint is nice, but again, I can see the shading on his hair. Some parts of it are blue, some parts of it are black, and that's kind of weird the way they decided to do that. Look at his whatever that is, his outfit. It just looks like it's weird. Some part of it is red, the other part of it is black. I don't know. I don't remember that from the cartoon, although it was a long time ago. Even getting past the shading, I think it still looks fine. The choices that they made, you just can't call it shading. You just call it something else. That's the all my other videos are like 15 minutes long because there's more to say about them. These legends, there's not much to say. The head moves up, down, sideways, about that much. That's pretty much all there is to it. He does move his waist in very weird and strange demonic ways. Like it's not possible to do that, although he is Mr. Sinister, right? His legs, they spread out that much, which is not that impressive. But again, it's a Marvel Legends and it's Mr. Sinister. He's not supposed to be super flexible, right? I'm pretty sure that 95% of the time this figure is going to be on your shelf somewhere, and luckily with this cape there, he's not going to be the figure that causes every other figure to fall down because he can't keep his balance. I absolutely hate it when a figure cannot stand up on its own. I hate it. It ruins the joy, so I don't get those. But this figure here, as much as he can do things, and as much as I'm getting past the shading, he's one of those figures that I am keeping the box for. Look, he fell over. I'm keeping the box for this guy because I don't think I'm gonna keep him. I have so many, and I really just want to keep the ones that I really like. The Mezcos, especially the NECAs, I really like those. The Figure Arts for sure. Mafix, well, I'm gonna keep just because they're freaking expensive, but I might end up selling some of those too. But I am buying just about everything to be able to bring these reviews to you, and I'm bringing them from a perspective of a person that just likes toys. I mean, that's what I am. The one thing I think that I'm bringing to you is beyond my opinion, because that's all this is my opinion, is my ability to be able to video this figure and every other figure in such a way that I haven't seen anybody else do. I'm giving you close-ups. I'm showing you the things that I think I would have wished to have seen from other editors. Like, they have such good insight, but their camera work is like horrible to me, and I absolutely hate watching that. So look, my final thoughts. This guy cost about 30 bucks. Is he worth it? Only if you like Mr. Sinister. Because if you don't like him, then, you know, you probably shouldn't get him. I don't love Mr. Sinister, but I wanted him, and Marvel Legends is practically the only way I can get him. So I got him. So how does he compare, right? Well, here he is next to a Marvel Legends Apocalypse, which looks pretty good. I would think Apocalypse might be a little bit bigger, but that's not Mr. Sinister's fault. And here he is next to a Cyclops from Mafex, which, I don't know, maybe that scales well. I remember Mr. Sinister being bigger than Cyclops, but, you know, he looks a lot bigger here, doesn't he? What do you think? And here he is next to two Cyclopses, one from Mafex, the light blue one, I'm sure you can tell. And then the animated series version, which is to his left. I think that looks good. And you know what? This brings up a good point. In the near future, I am going to do a comparison video for all the Cyclopses that I have to be able to show to you why Mafex isn't worth what they're charging. It's going to be a controversial video. I know some of you out there are going to have opinions, but I really feel strongly about this because, anyways, that's getting off topic. Mr. Sinister. Look, I think he looks cool. You know, if you like the feel of a plunger. No, but in all seriousness, he looks alright despite the shading. Get him if you don't have Mr. Sinister. I don't know who else you can get because it's not like you have a lot of choices. So again, in conclusion, I want to remind you guys, I am just a guy that likes toys, like most of you out there. I only chose to do this because I have a skill with the camera that I am trying to show. So that's why I'm doing. He is 33 bucks on Amazon. I don't know if he's worth that much, but again, he is worth that much if you don't have a Mr. Sinister and you want one. You have to buy him. Where else are you going to get him? You can write to Mezco and see if they make one, if they will make one. But here he is on Hasbro, the Pulse, and I got him here for 28 bucks. And not that 28 bucks and 33 bucks is a big difference. It's not, but you know, it's a few bucks. Why not, right? So if you can get past the shading that is on there very clearly for you to see, you're not going to be surprised by it when you get the figure because it's right there, the shading. You should pick him up if you like Mr. Sinister because, you know, he is a good addition to your collection. I'm sure you already have all the other X-Men, right? So thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. These videos, they take me a while, although not this one. But yes, keep on watching, subscribe. Thank you so much.